A station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Tonight on DC News Now at 10, it's been 6 months since a police officer was killed in a safety training session. We show you how her life is being honored. And the latest on the possible spy balloon seen flying over the United States this week, where it went down and what comes next after they collect the remains. And later we'll have a taste of Black history right here in DC at Ben's Chili Bowl.
And after the bitterly cold temperatures we saw early this morning on your Saturday, could we see another round of that for your Sunday? The answer to that question coming up.
Good evening and thanks so much for joining us for DC News Now at 10. I'm Michaela Newton. Well, it's been 6 months since a DC library police officer died at the Anacostia Library. Marissa Mannion lost her life during a training session, and a retired officer is accused of her death. Now, a ceremony to honor Mannion had been scheduled for today, but Dave Laval tells us why it did not happen.
The family of Marissa Mannion basically canceled at the last minute. The family attorney said it simply would have been too emotional for them to be at the site where the police officer died 6 months ago. Tributes to Marissa Mannion sit in the window of the conference room at the Anacostia Library. This is where she died 6 months ago during a training session. The 25-year-old library police officer lost her life August 6th when a bullet hit Mannion while she and others trained with police batons. 58-year-old Jesse Porter, who oversaw the exercise, is charged with involuntary manslaughter while armed.
The consequences of this really don't go away.
Chris Kleppen is the family attorney. Porter received a continuance Friday, as the grand jury has yet to formally charge the former D.C. police lieutenant. Kleppen calls it a frustrating time for the Mannion family.
Family members have a lot of questions as to what happened that day, and frankly would like to see, rather than speculating in their own minds, because you can imagine how one would do that, they would like to actually see some of the real evidence, which is essentially public property.
Part of the evidence Kleppen wants is security from inside the conference room at the time of the shooting. Something else the family wants, according to Kleppen, money owed for Mannion's funeral.
Here we are today, 6 months later, despite letters, phone calls, all the due diligence one would do to have those monies reimbursed, and they're not.
Chris Kleppen told us the grand jury has until April 4th to formally file charges against Jesse Porter. At the Anacostia Library, Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Also new tonight, take a look at this. This is the result of a 50 train car derailment right at the Ohio-Pennsylvania border. Now, at least 20 of the 100 cars on the train were carrying hazardous materials, which played a part in the massive fire. A state of emergency was announced with dangerous fumes spreading at least a mile from the site of the accident, and multiple agencies are now investigating the cause of the derailment. And we have new details tonight on the Chinese balloon seen floating over the United States earlier this week. Earlier today, the suspect's spy balloon was shot down over the Carolina coast and is now being collected to investigate its purpose. The balloon was seen flying over sensitive military sites across the country, creating diplomatic tension between the U.S. and China, with China saying it was a weather balloon blown off course. And we have an update this evening out of the district. A daycare owner from Maryland has been sentenced to 4 years in prison for shooting her husband. Shanteria Weems shot James Weems last July at the Mandarin Hotel in Southwest D.C. She said she did it after hearing he was molesting children in her daycare. James Weems, that husband and a former Baltimore County police officer, has since been charged with molesting 4 children. Authorities say they began to investigate him after the July shooting. And another Memphis police officer has been fired following the violent beating of Tyree Nichols, bringing the total now to 6 officers removed from the department. Preston Hemphill, a white officer, had been suspended as he was investigated for his role in that January 7th arrest of Nichols. One other officer has been suspended but has yet to be identified or formally fired. 2 EMTs from the Memphis Fire Department also had their licenses suspended in the wake of Nichols' death. And national news now, Democrats are renewing their efforts to protect patients who want to travel out of state for abortions. Members of the pro-choice caucus reintroduced the bill to push back on punishments that anti-abortion states are considering. Washington correspondent Jesse Tenur reports from Capitol Hill.
People have the right to travel.
House Democrats rallied Thursday for their bill to prohibit anti-abortion states from punishing patients who go to a pro-abortion state for the procedure.
To protect the health, privacy, liberty, and dignity of women and families across this country.
Texas Congresswoman Lizzie Fletcher said her state should not punish companies who help employees cross state lines for abortions and include abortion care in their benefits. Colorado Congresswoman Diana DeGette argued many patients already face enough hurdles when traveling to access care.
They might lose their jobs. They have to pay for transportation. They have to pay for lodging.
Washington Congresswoman Marilyn Strickland stressed restrictions like these disproportionately impact the poor and people of color.
We want to make sure that the ability to get access to safe and legal abortion is available for all people, regardless of your background.
Anti-abortion groups are working with Republicans to ban abortion nationwide. And the White House said threats like these highlight the need for broader federal protections for pregnant and postpartum workers, particularly minorities.
Too many women have been denied just simple basic support.
This week, President Joe Biden touted a new law that gives these new and expected parents more leave and workplace protections.
Like letting them have water breaks, bathroom breaks, sit down and work breaks. Can you imagine asking that? My Lord.
But the president said the country still has a long way to go. In Washington, I'm Jessie Tenor.